Thank you for tuning into our show. I'm Samantha Galat.
And I'm Allie Givens. Let's jump into what's been going on. This is a live look at the corner of Napoleon and St. Charles Avenue, where two parades were rolled tonight. The crew of Druids rolls at 6:15 and Allah follows.
They just got done taking down the stoplight. That way the parade can roll through smoothly and people are already headed out to line the streets. Weather is looking good for our Mardi Gras weekend. Though we start the day with a dense fog, it's faded out, making tonight's weather a little muggy with lows in mid to upper 50s. Thursday looks great with partly cloudy skies and highs in the low 70s. This warm, parade-friendly weather will continue through Friday and most of Saturday. Into the weekend, we're watching a strong storm system. We're expecting the storms late Saturday night and into early Sunday morning, but time's on our side for our parades. Isolated showers are possible early Saturday, but the main rain should arrive after most parades wrap up. By Sunday, we turn into dry, breezy, and less humid weather, setting up for a beautiful weekend and for Lundi Gras and Fat Tuesday, with highs near the 70s going into next week.
Starting off strong on Thursday, the crew of Muses rolls at 6 p.m. in Uptown New Orleans. On Friday, crew of Hermes rolls at 5:30 p.m., followed by crew of Tata and crew of Morpheus. Saturday keeps it rolling with crew of Iris and crew of Tux starting at 11 a.m. And Sunday, we'll see crew of Bacchus at 5:15. And that's this week's parade overview.
This Mardi Gras is the second year that barricades are set up all along St. Charles Avenue. Some find these blockades inconvenient, while others emphasize their importance.
Eloise Pickering is live right now uptown with the story.
Thank you, guys. So I am here on the corner of Napoleon and St. Charles, where people are getting set up for tonight's parade. Now you can see behind me that we have cement blockers and metal blockers down the neutral ground. However, down St. Charles Avenue, there are these red and white blockades that are filled with water. Now, these blockades have been getting mixed reactions from the community.
As the Mardi Gras season is underway, many have noticed blockades running down St. Charles Avenue. These plastic, water-filled barricades snake down the street for nearly 3 miles and will stay in place until February 18th. The barriers were put into place as a safety measure, but some out-of-towners find them inconvenient.
And it's just, it creates more traffic, I think. There's a lot more foot traffic, and it's hard to have a 2-lane system of walking when there's barricades.
According to former NOPD superintendent, the barriers were put in place after the terrorist attack last year and are there to make sure people stay safe.
So these are just efforts to try to provide a bit more security following some hard-learned lessons in January of 25.
This has been Eloise Pickering, PAC News.
Now, we've been seeing more and more people get set up today for tonight's parade. Thank you. This has been Eloise Pickering. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Eloise. Next, reporter Stone Manning went to the crew of Bacchus to throw a bone to the dog parade.
If you think all New Orleans Mardi Gras parades are the same, you'd be wrong. This is the Crew of Bacchus Parade, a parade all about man's best friend, dogs.
I'm obsessed with dogs. I have 2 of my own and I foster them with Trampled Rose Rescue.
They are so cute and it's such a fun parade.
Bacchus was founded by former WDSU meteorologist Margaret Orr in 1993 and has been going on ever since. This year's theme was Wicked and Wagged, which saw dogs dressed up in Wizard of Oz inspired attire. So of course, I had to ask what people's favorite part of the parade was.
It's so lighthearted. It's so lighthearted. It's full of love, and it's just it's about the pets, and the pets rule the household, right?
All of Crew of Bacchus's proceeds go to organizations in New Orleans and across the Gulf Coast to help our furry friends.
If you missed Crew of Bacchus this year, you should definitely check it out next year. It's such a unique New Orleans Mardi Gras parade that you're not going to find anywhere else. This is Stone Manning with PAC News.
This was Bacchus's 33rd year of rolling through the French Quarter, and one of the very few parades that goes directly through this part of the city.
Mardi Gras is full of color and tradition, but one Jackson Square museum is showing the stories behind the masks, music, and the people who made it all possible.
When people think of Mardi Gras, they think of beads and parades, but this museum behind me focuses on the Black artists
crews, and seamstresses that help make Mardi Gras traditions that we know today. Mardi Gras is one of New Orleans' biggest celebrations, but it hasn't always been open to everyone. For years, segregation limited where Black New Orleanians could parade and celebrate. So instead of being shut out, they created their own carnival societies. One of those groups was the Illinois Club, founded by Wiley J. Knight. The club became known for its elaborate costumes and strong sense of pride.
The women were making the gowns, and these were not off-the-rack gowns. These were custom made with fabric that had been imported, with incredible embroidery, rhinestone, and other kinds of embellishments.
That care came from seamstresses whose work helped define what Black Carnival looked like. One of those seamstresses was Marigold Hardesty. She wasn't just making dresses, she was shaping how people showed up and were seen during Carnival. When Hardesty wasn't preparing for Mardi Gras, she was making dresses for her 5 granddaughters, me being one of them. Like many women working behind the scenes, her contribution mattered long before it was widely recognized. Music also played a huge role in Black Carnival traditions. The St. Augustine High School Band became a staple in parades and second lines, and for many students, marching wasn't just about music. It was about pride, discipline, and visibility.
Most people come in and say they never knew that there was a Black Carnival until they allowed us to march in their carnival. We did our own thing.
By sharing these stories, the museum makes sure Black Carnival history isn't treated as a footnote, but as a central part of New Orleans culture. This has been Allie Givens, Wolfpack News. This exhibit will run until next March. Make sure to check it out.
The floats may be getting attention, but it's the marching bands that set the beat for Mardi Gras. At the parade of King Arthur this weekend, one St. Charles Parish High School band brought the energy uptown.
This is Chris Nesbitt reporting from the beginning of the parade route for the Parade of King Arthur. And as you can see behind me, here is just a few of the 60 floats that will be participating in the parade this year. But we won't be focusing on the floats. We'll be focusing on the marching bands. For Destrehan High School's Pride of Destrehan Marching Band, this will be one of 4 parades that they'll be marching in this season. Let's see what their experience has been like marching in these parades.
For some band members, this parade marks a milestone, their very first time marching through the streets of New Orleans.
I feel thrilled, excited. Yeah, it's like a brand new opportunity.
And while the freshmen soak in the experience, seniors like Braden Bird are savoring their final parade season.
Strapping up the uniform after a long time of not having the uniform on, you know, it's exciting, and seeing everybody else really happy here, that's what I like to see. This is what I love about band.
Positioned between the King and Queen floats, the band is ready to energize the crowd. For freshman saxophonist Braden Frachino, the atmosphere is unlike anything else.
It's just really cool, the atmosphere of New Orleans, seeing everyone, you know, gather up. It's really cool.
And for senior Jacob, who has been marching in parades since 7th grade, the excitement never gets old.
It'll be fun. I love uptown parades of the people. I'm on the end, like for the parade block, I'm like on the end, so I'm able to like see the people and like march with them.
The Pride of Destrehan is just getting started this Mardi Gras season. Chris Nesbitt, Pack News.
Catch them Friday marching and crew d'etat.
Loyola students are excited for Carnival. Reporter Chris Pouncey asked students' perspectives on the festivities.
Mardi Gras isn't just a holiday, it is an everyday life. As parade season approaches, students are learning what it means to live and learn along the city's busiest routes.
Mardi Gras, to me as a Loyola student, is fun, it's culture, and it's magic, bro. Meeting people like from Loyola at Mardi Gras parades that I ain't never seen before in my life. And we can all connect over competing over who gonna grab what. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing to me.
Mardi Gras to me definitely means a break from school, because school can get a lot sometimes, so Mardi Gras is super fun. I'm most excited for Muses, because I'm hoping to catch a shoe this year, fingers crossed. I'm a junior, so this is my 3rd year going to Muses, and hopefully I will get one. I've never gotten one before.
I think that with the parade season, especially if you're a freshman at Loyola and this is your first Mardi Gras, I feel like it's going to bring everybody closer together because it's about celebration of life, it's about having fun, and it's about enjoying it while you're here.
While the excitement is building, students say finding balance will be key as Mardi Gras takes over the city. From the classroom to the parade route, Loyola is once again preparing for the season. Christopher Pouncey, PAC News.
Thanks, Chris. Coming up after the break, Mardi Gras is more than just parades.
Our reporters get an inside look into fashion life in New Orleans.
This is where your story continues. Stretch the limits of your imagination. Create the world as you see it. One letter, one word, one pixel at a time. Move to the rhythm of your own story. Make something more. For him and her and them. For the world. Do what you love. Tell stories like never before. In a space created just for you. Learn skills that never expire. Document moments, seconds, frames per second. Turn them into masterpieces. Creativity is more than a lifestyle. Make it a career. Tune into the sounds around you. Those notes, you were always meant to sing them. Creative boundaries, you were always meant to break them. Become the artist you are destined to be. This is a world stage, New Orleans, Loyola. We do things differently. Expand your mind with and for others. Make the next move forward. Continue your story in the College of Music and Media at Loyola University, New Orleans.
Welcome back from the break. If you're planning on going to some parades, be ready to see some colorful, creative costumes on the parade route.
Reporter Mabel Regalado Hernandez brings us the story of a Loyola alum who's gotten crafty and loves to go all out.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Hernandez, and this year I'm dressing up as the Amy Oyster Queen.
Local New Orleanian Alyssa Hernandez has had a special tradition of creating these extravagant group costumes to celebrate the beloved season of Mardi Gras.
Probably around 2017 was when I first started making costumes for Mardi Gras Day. This year I am making an Amy Oyster Queen festival outfit. And essentially the goal is that I would appear to be a pearl coming out of an oyster.
With making costumes for the past 8 years, Alyssa and her friend group have chosen different types of themes ranging from seafood to festivals.
My favorite costume, I did it a couple years ago. We did flowers. All of my friends dress up as different flowers that you would find in a garden. So I handmade a dandelion headpiece, and that was a big hit. So you could kind of see me from blocks away, just like my little dandelion pieces coming out from the crowd.
Every year, Alyssa takes time out of her day to glue, craft, and create these beautiful costumes, all for the love of New Orleans.
Honestly, it's all about the reward at the end. Being in the French Quarter, dressed up like to the nines, right? Having the culture be super welcoming and supportive of the costumes. You kind of really feel the love in the city on Mardi Gras Day, and it all pays off no matter how extravagant of a costume you make or even how little of one you make.
This has been Mabel Regalado Hernandez, Wolfpack News.
Thank you, Mabel. I have to set some time up so I can create a grand costume of my own. I'm thinking something glittery with the sequins.
Last Monday and Tuesday, LUCAP held a thrift sale event at Loyola. And next fall, they're planning to have a permanent location. Jeanette Gutter has the story.
I'm here at the LUCAP thrift sale, crafting a new wardrobe for myself.
The Loyola University Community Action Program has been helping students get fashionable on a budget for many semesters through their thrift sale pop-up events. Now, according to the sale's co-developer, they're hoping to establish a permanent location.
I've helped organize all of the clothes for the most recent thrift sale. And then I've also been helping with setting up the permanent thrift store that will be in Iggy's cupboard, hopefully by next fall.
According to a 2025 report by ThredUp, 68% of the younger generation thrifts, and the top reason is that it's cheaper. This is the draw of LUCAP's pop-ups too. For just $10 a bag, you can get all things clothes, shoes, and home goods.
I love shopping there. I love that you can just
fill a bag and pay a flat fee for it. It's great.
I'd say last time I went, I was able to find some good like house appliances. Like I remember they were selling like forks, spoons, towels.
By establishing a permanent location, LUCAP hopes to fund their initiatives, promote sustainability, and give back to the community. And for another added benefit, it's convenient.
You can just go right on campus to our thrift store, get some new clothes that will fit you and be good.
Just look at all the stuff I got.
Reporting for PAC News, this has been Jeanette Gutter.
If you want to donate items for future thrifting events, contact Lindy Brasher at lmbrasher@loyola.edu.
Next, a New Orleans shop owner and fashion icon continues to make her mark through hand-selected pieces and unique eye for design. Callie Honeycutt has the story as she takes us inside the world of Yvonne LaFleur.
You're just a streetcar ride away from New Orleans' very own European shopping spree, the fashion galleries of Yvonne LaFleur. Come along with me as I spend the morning with the fashion icon herself. Yvonne LaFleur fell in love with New Orleans at just 4 years old. By 22, she was ready to bet everything on a dream, thanks to the help of one random Mississippi man who wanted to invest in New Orleans businesses.
He turned around to me and asked the wonderful question, how much would it cost you to open your own store? Well, I had no business plan, and so there I was, 22 years old. I said, $10,000. So he came out with a little pack of $100 bills, $100 bills, and that's what I opened with.
Her landlord doubtfully signed her lease, and the rest was history. She opened selling blue jeans for $8 a pair, just as the schools first allowed girls to wear pants.
But he was sure I wouldn't last, and in fact, I was the only person who lasted.
More than 5 decades later, LaFleur hasn't just lasted, she's become a destination, commemorating her years of customers through pictures in the store.
65% of my business is from out of state. New Orleans is sort of like Chicago. It's a hub. So people come in from Texas, from Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi. It's kind of fun. It's like having company all day long with none of the trouble of inviting people.
From $10,000 in cash to a New Orleans fashion institution, Yvonne LaFleur is still stitching her legacy one hat at a time. This has been Callie Honeycutt, PAC News.
Thank you, Callie. Now I feel like going shopping.
Coming up next, the Loyola cheer and dance team competed at Xavier University this weekend.
Stay tuned for an inside scoop from the team. We'll be right back after the break.
From the practice floor to the winner's circle, Loyola cheer and dance delivered at Xavier University this weekend. Both teams took home first place in their matchups, making Loyola history.
Both teams set the tone for their season, with scores across the board hitting above the 90s. I interviewed dancer Jaden Jackson and cheerleader Nat Albers for an inside scoop on their success. Here's what they have to say.
We definitely went in very confident this year. We knew we had a good routine, and we knew that we were coming in hungry and ready to fight. Once we got on that floor, I was like, we got this. Like we were so good.
This year, we came in hungry and ready to work, and so far we've been doing really good. Our coach always tells us we are more than capable of what we think, and we never really believe her at practice because it's like, Coach, we've never hit it. Like, you keep telling us we could do it, but we've never hit it. And then, like, we went on the mat, we did what we needed to do, we came off, and now it's like, wow, we really are good. Like,
Loyola's dance team is headed to San Antonio next, competing in the NAIA Regional Qualifier, as Loyola's cheer team will take on another competition in Atlanta this weekend. The Wolfpack athletes are on the road this weekend as they travel to Alabama. Women's basketball is looking to continue their winning streak as they take on University of Mobile and Faulkner. The men's team will also join them on the road for these conference matches. They'll take on Mobile on Thursday and Faulkner Saturday. Esports will also compete in the Super Smash Bros. Premiere this Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Friday, the men and women's team will kick off their indoor season in northern Alabama. And the baseball team will head up north to compete in a 3-game series in Pineville, Louisiana on Friday and Saturday. For more information and to see the results of these lineups, check out LoyolaWolfpack.com. Last Sunday's Super Bowl halftime show broke viewership records.
We'll hear about what people thought of the performance after the break. Last Sunday, about 135 million people tuned in to watch the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny's halftime show.
Cecilia Caldrine went out and asked people what they thought of the performance.
Hi guys, happy Benito Bowl Day. Some people might be celebrating the Super Bowl, but we're celebrating something more important. We're going to be asking some people what they think about Bad Bunny's performance during the halftime show.
I know there's a lot of disconnect in the cultures and the communities that made the U.S. what it is today. And the Latin culture is one of love of their people and love of life. And I'm really grateful and happy that that kind of display of such a great community gets to be displayed on such a big platform. I think it's really important in what's going on in the world right now. And I'm really happy for it.
Esto es tan importante, especialmente todo lo que está pasando con ICE y todo esto este año. Esto es tan importante. Él está tratando de que todos conectemos, que es un evento especial para todo el mundo, que la música nos lleva y nos conecta.
For people like John and Pam, this halftime show really helped open their eyes to new cultures.
We so appreciate what you're doing. You gave us hope today.
You did.
You did. This is our country, okay? And it's so important that we protect that.
It makes me really happy poder verlo y más que estoy como que lejos de casa, como que te llena el corazón poder verlo. Yay, va a cantar Bad Bunny.
This has been Cecilia Calderin reporting for PAC News.
What a great way to display Latino culture.
It was an incredible halftime show.
That's our show for this week. Thank you for tuning in.
Make sure to follow us on social media to stay on top of what's going on in our community. I'm Samantha Galat.
And I'm Allie Givens. Have a great rest of your week.